And we know that the entire industry has been bracing itself for some time now about the wave of litigation with concussion in the game. And what I can tell you tonight is that the clubs have decided to shut out the AFL of their next plans in preparation for this. They've called a meeting for tomorrow morning in the Melbourne CBD. AFL not invited, don't want the AFL invited because they are genuinely concerned about their own personal liabilities, the directors, presidents, board members of footy clubs, in what is about to be swamped in the game. And the fact they don't have professional indemnity insurance is their main issue, and they haven't got the answers they wanted to get from a protection sense from the game's collective. So they're now going it alone and away from the AFL in this next stage of what the game is about to be hit with.
So Damo, being a director, the one on this panel, I find this really concerning because we talk about indemnity, but we don't know how much that's actually going to cover us in these massive legal battles ahead.
Well, no one even know what the indemnity is for at the moment because it's all new, and does it go back? Is it retrospective?
Yeah.
And you're one now, I used to be.
And one area of concern is it's not just the AFL men's competition because these directors are effectively in charge of the AFLW teams as well, and there's going to be litigation coming out of that. You've got the VFL operations amongst that umbrella overarching Sandful, and then you've got even the VFLW as well as part of the potential for this to go down the line. And the people in those lesser leagues are equally insignificant to this because they've got the professional careers that are potentially going to be lost through the concussion in the game. So, look, it's a starting point.
Are these personal? Would these be personal litigations against directors, or through the club, or all the above?
To this point, no claims, and there's quite a few claims. There's dozens of claims now in the systems, and there's class actions, multiple class actions. No claims to this point have named a director, but we know they've named doctors we know they've named officials at footy clubs. The clubs know the next step of these claims is for the directors to be going.
Why is the AFL not involved in this?
Well, the clubs haven't, to their liking, got the answers they wanted with regard to it. They were hopeful of a blanket coverage, effectively, of this being part of the game's pursuit and protection against what's about to come, but they haven't got it to this point, and they've decided to now shut the AFL out.
There is a growing feel amongst clubs, and has been for a while, that come the crunch, the AFL will hang people out to dry. Is that what you're hearing? That people are actually saying, well, we can't really trust the AFL to look after us out at clubland. They'll look after themselves and their image, but not you.
That's certainly the view of people I've spoken to this week.
Wow.
And some clubs will be represented tomorrow through legal counsel only, not the president or the stand-in president representing them, but they, I believe, all will be represented in some form, and there are going to be a lot of presidents.
They'll be apprehensive, people joining the board now, because you're an unpaid volunteer.
Oh, yeah.
What does it make you reconsider? I mean, you're at GWS.
I'm doing a lot of thinking around it.
Because of this?
Yeah, of course. The risk that's involved. And as I said, you're a volunteer. You want to try and help as much as you can, but it's a huge amount of risk.
Would independent doctors change any of this?
Well, they've got their own insurance under their own arrangements, and paid officials have got greater access to the protection that is a natural blanket coverage when it comes to the indemnity associated with it. But the directors, being volunteers and not paid employees of the club, at this stage don't in the AFL system.
Very serious situation for the clubs and their directors, but also I think for the AFL, when clubs start meeting together away from the AFL, it's amazing what comes out of those.
And then
meetings.
again, the lead on out of that may be the quality of person on a club board may well be affected by this issue as well.
Well, you won't have any in the AFL.
Or any at all.
Then they'll run it themselves, like they've been trying to do for years.